And good evening, everybody. How are you doing? As you can see, I've got a special guest with me, and I'm not at my normal place. I'm actually over at my mother's house. She is really excited to be able to dish dirt on me. And she's laughing hysterically because we're looking at this preview, and it's about a 20-second delay from when I actually do something, like my hands, and then you get to see it. So if she just starts randomly laughing, it's because she's laughing at the delay. But no intro or stuff tonight, but I'm excited to be able to do this. I did bring the mail with me, so it is sitting here on the side. We're going to be talking about the Pennsylvania trip and meet and greet dates and times. We're going to be talking about Israel and what's happening with that. My trip to Israel, that is, not the political stuff, don't worry. And got a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be covering. So, who is that? Laura, that is my mother. That's what I just said, didn't I? I said that, didn't I? Yeah,
so.
I think I said that.
You didn't tell my name.
Okay, it's Mom.
It's Carol.
So,
Carol.
let me know how the sound is. I'm actually running off a set of headphones for the microphone, and I'm showing good output on my side, but I don't know how you guys are hearing it. So, I'm hoping that it sounds good on your turn. And you see Craig already.
Yeah, I see
Craig. And so, like I said, I've got this mail. Let me talk about Pennsylvania real quick, and if you guys want to start having some fun and getting ready to load up questions for my mom, feel free. I know she's looking forward to telling stories. We've got 2 weeks until we leave for Pennsylvania. 2 weeks. In fact, 2 weeks from today, I'll be at Kennywood.
Hi, everybody.
So, Kennywood, we are meeting on Saturday, June 5th at noon. And I have not been able to get a hold of Kennywood and make official confirmation yet. I've been trying for a week. Right now, I'm going to tentatively say we're going to meet over by the picnic pavilions. And hopefully there's an opening there. But watch my Facebook events page. It's facebook.com/TheSirWillow/events. And I will post there where we're meeting for sure. So Saturday, June 5th at noon, Kennywood. Hershey is Monday, June 7th at 5 o'clock, and I really don't know where we're meeting at Hershey yet. So again, watch that events thing. That's where you will find out. Knoebels on Wednesday, June 9th. 5 o'clock, I actually have a pavilion reserved for us. Pavilion T, kind of near the back of the pavilions. But we have that all set. So again, facebook.com/TheSirWillow/events, and I'll put it in the chat here in just a second for y'all. That's going to have all of your information, your meeting times, your meeting places. So if you're able to make it to us, we would love to meet you. I am bringing goodies. Yes, I've got all sorts of my SirWillow pins. So that's coming with me. So if you make it, hey, I'll give you a treat for showing up. And I may even have some other stuff to hand out as well. So let's see here. How are you guys during the COVID-19 pandemic? We are good. We're all vaccinated. So we're in good shape there. Happy about that. So, Mom, are you a Doctor Who fan like your son?
I started him on it, but I'm not a real fan. But I like him.
She was the one who showed it to me way back when it was the fourth Doctor who was on PBS at the time. So years ago. Yep.
His dad won't be on because he's in California and we're in Missouri.
Oh, yeah. So no. Somebody asked about Dad?
Yeah. So your father next.
Oh, is my father next? My dad wouldn't do YouTube.
Galliquam.
So, oh yeah. No, my dad wouldn't do it. I got to get out to California to visit my dad. That's actually something I want to do, but I don't see my dad being willing to be online.
Hi, Michael, and hi, Craig, and who else? It's hard for me to read that far away.
Let's see. Mom, did you ever see the Robber Show when Willow was a robber?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
He took my $1.
in the middle of the show, actually, we got to the part where it was, our ma's on the train, and she yells out, "That's my boy!" It was like, yeah, thanks, Mom.
Well, thanks for saying Mom. Calling me Ma.
It was pretty funny. So, did we ever get COVID? No, we did not get COVID. We got vaccines. We kept ourselves safe. We wore our masks. We kept social distancing. We did what we were supposed to. We didn't get sick. So,
no, I wouldn't dare.
No, we were very good about that. So, let's see here.
I
Still
did help my good neighbor, though, that had it.
Yeah.
Groceries.
Was SirWillow afraid of his first roller coaster ride? And which roller coaster was it? Oh, there's a fun one for you.
It was a roller coaster ride in Williamland Park in Sacramento, which is where the zoo is.
Yep.
And no, he wasn't afraid of that.
Wonderland, but bigger ones I was.
Yeah, the bigger ones you were. He was a little hesitant the first time we went to Disneyland.
Well, Great America was the first big park we went to, and Willard's Wizard scared me at the time.
He wouldn't go on the ones with the loops. They went backwards. He liked just a nice, smooth up and down.
Yep.
Not too many twists.
I actually tell the story in a video way in the past about what coaster got me over that fear. It was Corkscrew at Knott's Berry Farm. Because I was more scared of waiting outside by myself than I was of riding the coaster, and then found out I liked it.
Yeah, that was his choice. Either go on it or be by yourself.
Yep, so that was real fun.
Mean mommy.
So she's charming. Oh, Joseph, you don't know her yet. So, and yes, Chandler, everybody is all vaccinated. Was I a wild child? No, I wasn't a wild child.
He ran away from home one time. We thought he hid underneath the skirt of a rocking chair in the garage.
I was playing hide and seek.
We looked for him for an hour before I finally saw a finger, I think it was, sticking out.
But let me catch one little bit of mail. I actually got this from D23, and this is one thing I thought was really cool. So I hope it comes out on the camera okay. It's a Figment magnet. Yeah, you didn't see that. Yep, Figment's the dragon. I love Figment stuff. So yeah, because I got the stack of mail here. Let's see here. How is Disney going to know if you got vaccinated or not? That's a good question.
Well, we have cards, but I don't know if they accept those or not.
Well, and of course, people are pirating those cards.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that is going to work. So, Craig. Yeah, by the way, this if you are a member of D23 Gold, this was an offer that they made that you could get a free one. And they had 4 different designs, and I obviously chose Figment because Figment rules. So, the others were cool, but it's Figment.
Office Depot, too, laminates your vaccination.
I was actually told not to get it vaccinated because if they have to do a booster later, then they'd have to write on it, and if it's vaccinated, they can't do that.
Well, you don't vaccinate the card. You laminate it.
You can vaccinate the card. There's some people that think, I won't go there.
See, I correct them all the time.
I got an envelope here from Monique Hampton in Mira Loma. Oh, hey. Touch of Disney. These Disneyland brochures. Wow, these are actually new ones. And Disneyland wasn't even open yet when you said it. This is cool. And then Dollywood. That's awesome. That's neat. Thank you. It's nice to have brochures from before the park was open. So, yeah, and that's the whole California adventure. Very, very cool. I wonder if that was when they opened up just for the shopping. That might. Let's see. Yeah, because it mentions all the shopping stuff. Yeah, so I think that's when they were open for the shopping and didn't actually have the rides open. That's very cool. Thank you, Monique. Let's see. Does Disneyland really allow feral cats to run around? Absolutely. They don't come out in the daytime, and they take care of the rats and rodents and other stuff like that. There's too many. There's no way they could get rid of them even if they wanted to.
Silver Dollar City has them too, I think. Don't they?
Silver Dollar City has all sorts of other wildlife. Not so much cats. Going to Sedalia for the State Fair in August. Ooh, depending upon when that is, we might be around. Craig, there'd be vaccinated pirates there at Disneyland. It's not Disney's business to know if you're vaccinated. No, but they can basically require you to be vaccinated or to wear a mask. And if you don't want to prove you're vaccinated, then they can require you to wear a mask. So they can do that. They can't necessarily ask you if you're vaccinated. They can say, though, prove it or wear a mask. So they can do that because it's private property. So it gets around HIPAA that way. Galilei, I appreciate that. I love knots. Let's see. How many pairs of earplugs do you need at home with his singing? They like to tease me about my singing.
I know.
So let's see. So I got an envelope here from Drew. So let's see. We got the South Dakota Air and Space Museum as a magnet. And I think this is becoming a joke here. We've got wine vouchers.
They don't drink.
No, we don't drink. Well, last live stream, Barry had sent me one of these. They came with something, and I had ordered something else to show off that had another one.
Oh.
So I was joking, oh, look, I got these wine vouchers. So here's what I'm going to do. She might use them. That's kind of funny.
Naked wines too, huh?
Yeah.
You definitely wouldn't use those.
Oh, let's see. Dollywood riding the rides is the same thrill as meeting her. Wow, that's kind of scary. Do I believe Disney? Do I believe Disney what? Let's see. Oh, Disneyland is haunted. No, I don't believe in haunts.
Yeah.
But that's not something for this channel, so.
You're not haunted anyway, so.
I think Disney should sell vax sliders for magic bands. That would be interesting. Postcard from David Sid. Let's see here. Interesting tidbit. In 2019, the California legislature voted to declare May the 4th Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. You can see Obi-Wan. Cool. Let's see. Will I sing you a... Are you happy about Brian Hull being... I was very excited when I heard Brian Hull get the voice acting in Hotel Transylvania. That was very cool. I really thought that would be a lot of fun. New vid thought, SirWillow's mom drunk. No, you don't want to see that. Trust me.
No, you don't.
Nope.
I never stop talking.
Okay, so this is from Barry. It says, sending you a note. And I usually read this on the screen, but I can't. Let's see. Congratulations on becoming a minister. Do I get a raise? Can you officiate my wedding now? Okay, so I actually was already a minister. My church organization has 3 different levels of minister's license or credentials. You've got certified, which is your entry level, and typically that's like your youth pastors, your music ministers, people who do it part-time. Then you have what's called licensed. That is your basic pastor's license. That's typically what's required to be the full-time pastor of the church, things like that. Then you have ordained, which is the last step. Now, all 3 of these can do weddings and stuff.
And funerals.
And funerals and other things like that. But ordained is kind of considered the, you've made it kind of thing. And I didn't do it for years because I was like, it's just a title. I could have done it 10 years ago and gotten that, but didn't, but finally gave in. Besides, my wife got her license, and I couldn't let my wife match my rank. I had to outrank her. And I'm going to get the dirty look now. That's not true, by the way. But it was kind of a deal with my wife that if you get your license, I will step up and get my ordination. So that's why that was. Let's see. And then another one from Barry. Children, the gift that keeps on taking.
True.
I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Mother's Day. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
That's a good card. Let me see here. I think your singing is great and you mean it. Oh, I'm sorry you're tone deaf, Fantasy Apprentice. No, I appreciate that. I really do. Are you happy? Let's see. Will I sing you a song? I don't know, Craig. Okay, now the first thing I see is I think back to Sesame Street. Sing a song, sing out loud. Okay, there we go. That's your singing. This is from Galili. Congratulations on your ordination. Thanks for sharing that other side of you to your SirWillow fans. Just as interested to see your life as the video you share. Thank you so much for that. That's nice. So cheering me on from over here. I appreciate that. I try to keep the religious side out of the channel. Just because I want it to be a safe zone, and I know, unfortunately, it gets divided. Craig, $5. No singing, no singing. Thank you, Craig. I will. Now, of course,
Mom appreciates that.
now, if somebody happens to give more than you, though, I've got to respond to that. But for now, Drew's already singing, yes, singing, and Michael, mute button. Oh, so much encouragement.
He's had that problem all of his life.
Now, of course, Craig has 2 weeks, and then he gets to listen to me sing in the car a lot. Okay. What rides am I most looking forward to in Pennsylvania?
Roller coasters.
Yeah. Kennywood's got some amazing Jackrabbit, Phantom's Revenge, Steel Curtain. Looking forward to all of those. Hershey's Storm Runner. oh gosh, I'm going to go blank on a couple others there. And I can't wait to ride Phoenix again. I am missing Phoenix. Been way too long. So I know Phoenix is an awesome coaster though. You would like Phoenix.
I would.
You would. It's an old wood coaster. It's just up. I think Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk.
Oh yeah.
But more airtime, more out of your seat. It's great. So
I like the Santa Cruz.
yes, the Boardwalk's coaster is great. Let's see. Uplifting the mask policy in my state. Okay, so here's some news from Silver Dollar City. Silver Dollar City, if you have been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. In fact, they've actually lifted the mask mandate in all the outdoor areas of the park.
Springfield. It's the only place not.
Yep. If you're in a line or indoors at Silver Dollar City, they ask you to wear the mask. But otherwise, you don't have to wear the mask. No temperature checks. And I just got word today they're planning on reopening the cave here within the next couple weeks, hopefully. So we're slowly coming back to normal. Thunderbolt, thank you, Judy. There's another one. So, Steel Curtains, number 1 out of 386. Oh, that's going to be interesting then. So, oh, Barry's going to make me read Spanish here. My Spanish is not as good as my wife's. Deseándote un día para sentirte honrada y especial, un día para estar rodeada de familia y amor.
Yep.
So,
got that.
It's a happy Mother's Day. Hope you treat the mother of your children well this Mother's Day, or I will slap you silly. I treated my wife good. We took her out to pizza, her choice. So, and met
good
my
pizza.
mom. It was a good pizza. My
Better
son,
than some around here.
my son actually saw what I did, and oh, Greg's gonna hate this. Sing for me, please, SirWillow.
$10.
And Mama Willow, thanks for raising such a... Oh, goodness. Okay, so now what do I sing? Craig, you've been outbid. What do I sing now?
Sing happy birthday to your sister.
Happy birthday. Oh, yeah, it's my sister's birthday tomorrow. I won't tell you how old she is. She'll kill me. She's probably not watching anyways, but we can just do...
I can't sing either.
The worst part is happy birthday is a hard song to sing. I was thinking...
No, it isn't.
To get it on key.
Happy birthday to you.
You
Happy
live
birthday
in
to
a
you.
zoo. You look
Birthday,
like a
dear
monkey, and you dress like one too. There you go.
See, he was a nice brother.
Hey, I'm not the one who flung cereal.
Well, you deserved it after that. Give you that kind of
This is
attitude.
from Drew, and the Pioneer Auto Show. Nice brochure for the collection. Sing Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. I don't remember the words, but I'm sure someone else will.
He's got 4.5 years between him and his sister. He's the oldest.
And she was a brat.
And they were sitting at the table. She was 2.5. He was eating cereal, and she kept banging his elbow every time he try to put a spoon in his mouth. And Mom, make her stop. Mom, make her stop. So I told her, Debbie, cut it out. The next thing you know, he turns and looks at her, and she took her cereal, first spoonful of cereal, and flung it right in his face.
Yeah.
Mom! He never could get it in her mind.
At least I could have done Weird Al's version. I don't know Weird Al's version of Happy Birthday.
I don't either.
So, okay, but since we're talking about Craig, this came in the mail a few days ago. I had to share this. Let's see if I can find the note. Okay, here's the note that came with it. Let's see. Your story about threatening Rick with pizza made these seem an appropriate gift. Okay, so if you missed my story about Rick, my coworker, Rick didn't like pizza. He was weird that way. Didn't like the smell of it, didn't like the taste of it. So we joked that we were constantly threatening to take him out to pizza because we knew he hated it. So Craig sends this to me. Ginger hard candies. Because I can't eat ginger because the thought of it. If you missed the story about me getting seasick and trying to eat these things and it made me sicker. You like ginger candies, Mom?
I like gingerbread.
I'll split it up. Thanks, Craig. I'll bring these with me to Pennsylvania.
They probably taste pretty good.
Let's see. If she doesn't kill you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden look out for
That's the
Cruella.
Happy Birthday.
Cruella de Vil. Okay. Yeah, that's the Cruella de Vil song. Let's see. At first you think Cruella is the devil, but after time has worn away the shock, You come to realize you've seen these kind of eyes watching you from underneath a rock. So I can't sing it right because I'll be way off key, way out of tone. So I got a couple other things here. Let's see. Just like me and my sister, we still don't get along. My sister and I actually get along really well now.
Yeah, she's had to bend a lot.
Actually, the thing that really kind of healed us up a bunch was the kids. Me having kids, because she wanted to be a good aunt. And it was
them right.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that we didn't fight or anything once we became adults. We just we fought a lot as kids, and we were just kind of like.
But you got along a lot too. You really did. You got along really well.
But as we got older, we're kind of like, I don't have to talk to you, so I won't.
But you were a good big brother.
Yeah, and I have my moments.
You didn't tease her like she teased you.
I hope she watches this. Hear that, Deb?
Well, you were an easy mark.
Yeah, I was Mr. Gullible, so I really was.
He thought I saw through walls.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to see what they just said about favorites here, so you can tell that story.
Oh, I was in the kitchen doing dishes, and he and his sister were in my bedroom watching TV, doing something. I don't remember what.
I don't know what.
Probably jumping up and down in the bed. But I hollered down the hallway to knock it off, whatever they were doing. He came out and said, "How'd you know we were doing that?" And I said, "Because I can see through the wall." And he thought I could. Said Mr. Gullible.
Yep. Lots of it. Let's see. Aaron, have fun in Orlando and at Disney. They're reopening a lot of things and getting things back to normal. So, Disney, absolutely. Send me a private note and let me know what you need prayer for. I'm very happy to do that. So, let's see. What about at work? Because I work at a hotel, I'm not sure about not wear the mask. Okay, Chandler, you're going to have to talk to your bosses. Your bosses can require masks or vaccinations. That is absolutely within their rights. So, they can basically require masks of anybody who doesn't want to prove that they're vaccinated. So that is up to them. But you have to talk to your boss. That's not me. Let's see. When my mom was feeding Ben, my sister's son, when he was 1, she had the spoonful of baby food by her mouth, saying, "Look how good it is, Grandma. Like it as my mom had her mouth open." I guess she fed the wrong one. I think that's what that's saying.
That's good.
So a couple things that I ordered here, and I actually ordered these for the Pennsylvania trip because I needed a couple new ones. And if you...
He has no T-shirts at all.
No, I know. But, I've worn out one of these, and that's the SirWillow one. But this is the classic SirWillow. So I needed a new SirWillow shirt. Hey, I like my SirWillow shirt. I think these shirts came out looking really good.
They did.
I love the logo on it. So, although that one didn't have the blue. Teespring doesn't have the blue for some reason. Spreadshirt does. But then we also had a new shirt, and I told you about this last live stream, and I had to order one because I love this shirt. So it's got the SirWillow logo up top. My mom's got to see it too. Yeah. And then that is my daughter's artwork on the back.
Oh, cute.
Theme parks. Not just a vacation, an adventure. So I really like how that came out.
Yeah,
that's a great looking shirt.
Really nice. That's cute.
Yeah. So Deb did good stuff.
Amber did.
Let's see. There are fun sounding things in Pennsylvania too, like the whip. Oh, I like classic whip rides. I'm gonna put Margaret on her first whip. It's gonna be fun. I know Mom's going, what? The whip, if you don't know, it's a ride that goes basically in a circle. But you're sitting in a car that, as it comes around the end, it whips it around. They're fun. They're great rides.
Like the old tilt-a-whirls.
Kind of like that, except it's not just spinning.
Yeah.
It's just the ends of it. So, let's see. Celebration Florida for Hearts of Reality. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Do I like pizza or pancakes better? Pizza. James, let's see. I'm glad you enjoyed my banana. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate that. Glad I've been properly anointed. I've been anointed a few times, sometimes not willingly, but that's a whole nother. Why haven't I called you? It's nothing personal, James. One, I have been busy as crazy. I haven't been calling anybody. I do tend to be very hesitant about calling people that I don't know personally because then my phone number gets out and it can get kind of interesting that way. So I generally kind of restrict my calls to business and as time goes. and I literally these last 3 weeks have been insanely busy. So I haven't been calling anybody I didn't absolutely have to. so, so that's kind of about that.
You didn't
So
even
I'm
call
sorry.
me.
No, my mom. I was supposed to call her last Tuesday, and so if I'm not calling my mom on a regular basis, I'm probably not calling viewers. So sorry. Yeah, let's see. If my church is called New Hope, will your next one be called Church of the Empire Strikes Back? Cute. So, oh, and somebody just realized, is that Ma? Yes, this is Ma. There she is. Alfie and Ralphie have been looking for you. Let's see. Are you going to the Boardwalk Zoo America and Chocolate World on your trip? Absolutely. We're going to try and do it all. Chocolate World is set up for actually the day that we're doing the meet and greet. We're going to be doing the whole Chocolate World stuff that day. And then.
And what are you bringing, Mom?
Well, I'm making my own chocolate bar.
Mm.
I'm bringing Hershey's chocolate. Like I can come home without bringing you chocolate. So. Knoebels has the best whip. Like I said, I can't wait to introduce Margaret to him. She can't do a lot of rides because of a susceptibility to whiplash, but the whip works in such a way she can do that. So, let's see. Use your mom's phone to call your fans. Yeah, that would get real interesting.
I get enough crank calls.
Did I tell her Happy Mother's Day? Yes, I told her Happy Mother's Day. We took her out to lunch. So, oh, the flyers. I can't wait. Craig, I get to introduce you to Knoebels flyers. Those are going to be fun.
I even went to church Wednesday.
But let's see. Can't wait to see what goes in the SirWillow bar. Two SirWillows walk into a bar. Never mind. So this is from Craig. This is when he sent me a while back for the...
I have to remember that. I use a paper bag.
Yeah, well, it's because he sent me a package with a whole bunch of stuff in it. And oh my goodness, this is going to be fun to wear.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty.
Hey, alarm clock must be 8 o'clock. Maybe we can get SirWillow a burner phone.
Sorry about
somebody
that.
said they love your shirt. Check that out. That's pretty.
Yeah, I like that.
That's going to be nice to
Isn't
wear.
that pretty, Kathy?
See, I get sent more awesome shirts. And then people say, where'd you get that shirt? Somebody sent it to me. Like the one I'm wearing now. This is actually from Barry. This is a Barry special. And I've got a Barry package over here, too. So...
That is pretty.
Do I mind sending prayers? I have a band. Oh, prayers, yes. The spelling through. Fantasy, send me a note through Facebook or email, sirwillow@gmail.com. And that way I can remember, because otherwise I will forget. I will. So, because I'll walk out of here 5 minutes later and it's gone. And
that's how he forgets me. 5 minutes. That's all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to comment there. But
because I'm true.
And James, that's also part of the deal with the phone call. It's nothing personal on the phone call. It's the same reason if people send a friend request to my private Facebook page, I generally don't friend them, because if I don't know them in real life, it just ends up with all sorts of other stuff that it makes it hard for me to keep up with my real life friends, and I don't do a good job of that a lot of times, let alone trying to keep up with 2,000 viewers or more. It's just overwhelming. So, you were amazing to me, George. And Ma, your son's amazing. I got him fooled.
Thanks.
What's my favorite meal that Margaret makes for you? That Margaret makes for me?
Margaret doesn't cook.
My wife doesn't cook. I'm the cook. So, and Lauren and Callie, I generally don't do favorite questions because I don't.
It used to be tuna casserole.
Oh, gosh.
When he was a kid.
Okay, favorite foods. Let's see, pizza, burgers, tacos, pistachios. I can't pick one.
Pistachios.
I love pistachios.
That's about
Margaret's stealing my pistachios now.
Oh,
so.
I stole some too when I was over there.
Where was the music just coming from? My mom has a wall musical clock. Yeah, it's a clock over here. That's what. Have I ever rode King to Ka? I have never been to Six Flags, New Jersey, so no, I have not. One of these days.
It's funny watching you emulate.
Oh, yeah, it's... I told you you'd laugh at that. Craig, funny, he implies he has friends in a life. Yeah, I know, I dream. Okay, Craig. Let's see. Ma, did he ever try to drive a remote control car? And if so, did it survive?
It did, but no, it didn't.
I had a couple. I wrecked them. They wrecked good.
He almost wrecked a car really bad one time and figured that that was enough and started being pretty conservative on his driving.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the real car now, not the
Yeah, no,
remote.
real car.
I have never had a bad accident driving
Almost,
a real
I
car.
said you almost had one.
The closest thing I had was when the deer hit us, and that wasn't my fault.
No, and that was just last year.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a package from Barry, and I've got like 2 things after this. With my, is that Ma? Did
Yes.
she ever visit you on a train? Randy,
Yes.
you missed the first few minutes of this.
Said he stole my $1.
Yeah. So, favorite thing that Lady Willow makes is passing the bag of chips. Yes, that's good. That's about Margaret's cooking. Let's see. Oh, another Figment shirt for your collection. This is from Barry. So again, all those people, where do you get these shirts? Let's see if I can get it unfolded here. Oh, that's cool. Because it's Figment of your imagination. I like that.
Look at this one, Kathy.
Kathy.
It's a friend of mine's watching this.
Yeah. We've got another one over here watching and keeping up with the comments. So.
That's cute.
Let's see. I had an induction day and I was nervous at first, but got on just fine. Surprised not going to Downey Park in Allentown. Robert, I just don't have time. If I could do everything in Pennsylvania, because there's still Dorney, there's Sesame Street Place, and there's all these other things, but we've got 7 days. And it's what can we get the most out of that 7 days? So that's why we're not hitting all of these other places. Yeah. So you meant Dorney, Lake. I've been to Dorney. I've been to Lakemont. So yeah, we're trying to catch some stuff we haven't and doing what we can. So, how's the weather down there? It finally stopped raining after 4 days.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a couple of days of sun and then the rain starts.
Okay, this is a good question. What was my reaction to meeting Disney characters as a little boy?
Oh, I think if I remember right, you ran right up to him. You weren't afraid of him at all.
Because the first time we went to Disney, I was like 8.
Yeah, he was old enough that they didn't scare him. Now, your sister, a couple of them intimidated her.
Yeah.
The only ones I remember you being a little hesitant was at Hollywood, the studio tour one.
Oh, at Universal Studios, probably
Yeah.
with like the Frankenstein and the Dracula.
Yeah.
Because they used to have the classic horror characters walking around.
But Jaws didn't bother.
Yeah. You see, I don't remember the first couple trips. I don't remember meeting the characters. I know I did, but I don't remember.
Yeah, you did.
But I do remember freaking out a bit over Frankenstein at Universal Studios. I do remember that. So, let's see. Am I going to see the Liberty Bell? Won't be that area. Not going to be in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it won't be in Pennsylvania. So, like I said, 7 days. We've got 2.5 days at Hershey, 2 days at Kennywood, a day at Knoebels, and then driving. That's it. And we're going to stop at Idlewild. We are planning on stopping in Idlewild if all goes well. So, let's see. What were the parks like when I was little? What are the parks like now?
Not much different, yeah. Really,
Yeah.
Just some different rides compared to now.
Yep, they're
because everything's been updated or modernized.
Yeah, but otherwise,
Yeah,
you walk into Disney now and you feel it's about the same.
It's the same that it was then.
So one of the things that we did this last week that you're going to see on the Park Tales is we went to Ripley's, believe it or not, and then we also went to the Branson Aquarium. So those are coming up as Park Tales episodes. So keep your eyes open for those. Of course, I had to grab my brochures in Branson. Brochures. But Ripley's had something I found really cool. Was this nice little souvenir book. But it's actually 2 books in one. So, but yes, all sorts of fun little things in there for you to explore and read. Ripley's is a neat little museum. It took us, about 2 hours, I think, to walk all the way through. And then, of course, picking up with the collections, there's the Ripley's magnet. And then the Branson Aquarium, they call it Aquarium at the Boardwalk, was really neat. I can't wait to show you guys that one in the video, but there's the magnet from that. And the octopus is the character that kind of carries through, and you quickly get the idea that's their mascot. I was really impressed with the aquarium. So
that's down in Branson.
That's in Branson. It's
I didn't know
they're
that was there.
remodeling. It just opened up like 2 months ago. They're remodeling
Is
the
that part of
old.
Bass Pro?
No.
No?
Do you know where the huge theater was? It's in the middle of the strip. I'm trying to remember what the original name was. The Grand, I think. And it's humongous. It's seated like 3,000 people or
Oh,
something.
I've never seen that.
But it's been closed for years, and they actually bought the property. They built the aquarium. So now as you drive by, there's this gigantic glowing silver octopus on the strip.
Hmm.
And then they're remodeling the old theater, and they're going to put in restaurants and shopping, and I think some rides and some other stuff. It's going to be really cool. So yeah, really, really excited. Cheaper back then.
Yes, definitely.
It was cheaper, but then everything
But it
was
was
cheaper.
still expensive because I think back then it was still like $35 to get in, which
Yeah.
was high.
We like to think, well, it's $100 now. Well, the prices back then comparably were about the same.
That's why we went to Marriott's and all, because they were
It's
a lot
cheaper.
less. Yeah, a lot cheaper.
Yep. So, but yeah, we think now, $30, how much cheaper? But at the time, $30 was a lot more money. So it kind of adds up. Was I a prankster growing up? And if so, what did I do?
No,
I was
he
the
wasn't
victim
that-
more than anything.
Yeah, he was really quiet a lot of the time. He got in trouble for stuff that weren't pranks. He and his sister had a cookie dough fight in the kitchen. I had that all over. And then I came home from work and I started walking the kitchen and my feet kind of stuck to the floor because he was trying to open a
I was homesick
bottle
one day.
of Pepsi. Your sister was there.
No, I was by myself.
Oh,
I was homesick. I was not feeling good. I wanted a drink of Pepsi, and I couldn't get
And
the
he
bottle
shook the
open.
bottle. He was getting angry.
No, I didn't shake it. I
He was
tossed it
getting
on the
angry.
floor, and
Yep,
instead of
after
it
he got
bouncing,
angry,
it went kaboom.
The whole top of it blew off with the lid still on, and all you got was this jagged edge. The top was like this, and then here's the bottle, and it went boom.
Yes, plastic bottles do break.
Dripping from the ceiling. It was on every cupboard. It was on all the dining chairs, the table, the windows, the curtains, the refrigerator, and the stove.
It was a
Everywhere,
mess.
everywhere.
It was a big mess.
And he only used water to clean it up, which is why the floor was so sticky.
Well, that and I was sick, and so I didn't care that much about cleaning up. I wanted to go back to bed.
Well,
And I was really mad because I didn't have any Pepsi to go back to bed with.
well, you shouldn't have lost your temper.
Yeah, I have always had a temper. So
Yeah, his wife wanted to know what to do when he gets out of hand, so I told her one time. I called him out of wherever he was, and I said, "Come here," and I went like this, and I pinched his shoulder, and which is what I do in the grocery store if he was misbehaving or not paying attention. You pinch a kid right here, and you don't hurt him, but it hurts. But you do get their attention, and he turns around and says, "What, Mom?"
Margaret Still's like, I still don't know how she made that work.
I can do it.
So,
I can do it now.
Yeah. So I got a whole package here from Drew of brochures and stuff, and there's all sorts of stuff.
Ooh, lots of magazines.
Yeah, it's a big old stack of stuff. There's some really cool ones. Deadwood History and Pioneer Village. Okay, those are really cool.
I heard that.
Yeah, Deadwood. Let's see, the Arboretum, which my wife would like. Misabi Iron Range. That's interesting. Hey, look, Aurora. So my wife teaches in Aurora, and Craig lives in Aurora, and there are Auroras in different states. So now we have another Aurora.
There's Springfield, I think, in every state.
I know. Somebody asked, are you in the Springfield from The Simpsons? Do you realize how many Springfields there are in the U.S.? So North Shore.
Detroit Lakes, that ought to be interesting.
Hey, Craig. Pain compliance, good to know. You can't use that in Pennsylvania, Craig.
Leave no marks.
Let's see, Minneapolis. These are really neat. Fargo.
Yeah,
We got a couple here with Fargo. Yeah, my mom's already looking to see what she can steal for a little bit. The Good Life Men's Magazine. You can have that one, Mom.
Body art. I see that.
Yeah, my daughter's actually talking about getting a tattoo here. I'm trying to figure out where to go with that. Shakopee. So this is all from Minnesota, eh?
I have a tattoo,
sorry.
but I'm not showing you.
Bemidji. So all sorts of stuff here.
What's that one?
The Traveler.
Free coupons.
Free coupons. Woohoo! And then there's a Explore Minnesota package. This ought to be fun. With the Minnesota Travel Guide, Explorer newspaper, highway map. Craig, don't you dare. Craig and I have a lot of fun. For all the comments you see, you have to realize that Craig is joking. I know he's joking, and that is perfectly okay. We enjoy razzing him, and trust me, I give it to him right back. Shakopee, is that the girl who's hard to kiss?
They're all hard to kiss for George.
I got one that's easy to kiss. That's all I need. So there's the map and the Explorer newspaper. So very cool. Thank you so much, Drew, for all this. Okay, now this is actually kind of hilarious. Due to COVID-19, please contact individual businesses before travel. We did this whole magazine, but it may not be true.
Yeah, that makes a collection, a collector's book.
I'm saving a lot of the stuff from COVID, the park brochures that have all the warnings on them and everything, because it's going to be stuff that 20, 30 years from now, people are going, what was it like? Well, let me show you. Have ever been to the Titanic Museum in Branson? Yes, I have. And it's really neat if you're into history and the Titanic. If you're not, you may find it boring, but I found it fascinating. I had a lot of fun at it.
Well, you're a history buff.
Yes, I was a history major. So, Shapoopy. Oh goodness. What was his name in the Music Man that sang that? Buddy Hackett. Shapoopy, Shapoopy. You remember? I can't remember the rest of the song.
I don't.
That's all I remember. So, did my sister ever tickle me?
Oh yeah.
We'd have tickle fights like brothers and sisters. So, yeah, we definitely did all that. Hi, Dino in Sydney. That's very cool. I'm trying to remember how the rest of the song goes. All I can think of is Buddy Hackett dancing. Going,
I'm surprised you can't remember that.
So, any earthquake experiences in California? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A few.
Okay. So let me give you a couple earthquake experiences here. The college I went to was in the middle of the Santa Cruz Mountains. It was actually about 10 miles from Loma Prieta. So the big Bay Area earthquake they had, my college was 10 miles from that. And I went there 2 years after that earthquake. I was working on the custodial staff at the college, and I was walking down the dorm hallway one year as we were converting everything for summer. School was out, and everything started to rock. And you just you got used to this, actually. And one of the other guys working on the radio yells out on the radio, "Rock and roll, baby!" We have them so often, small quakes, you literally quit noticing them. You sit in the library one time reading, and all of a sudden it feels like somebody turned a massage unit on your chair.
I was in bed one time when it woke me up. I was in a twin bed with rollers on the, wheels on it, on a linoleum floor, and the bed felt like it was going in a circle. It was nauseating. Yeah. Really, but it was just rolling around in that.
The two biggest ones for me, the Loma Prieta quake I just mentioned. I was actually installing a brand new car stereo in my car with a friend, and we were literally upside down in the seats wiring it when it happened. Had no clue because car was moving around with us, and all the neighbors started coming out. We were in Sacramento, and started going, "Did you feel that? My swimming pool's overflowing." And we were like, "What?" And so the very first thing on my brand new radio was, "Big earthquake in San Francisco." The other one was actually when we were living in Southern California, and we had a good-sized one. I think it was actually almost a 6, right around there.
There's a lot of them down there.
But we were up north a little bit. I was taking a nap, and in the middle of my nap, I'm hearing this thump, 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 thump. And in my haze, I remember thinking, why doesn't somebody answer the door? And then my wife yells out, "There's an earthquake!" And the picture on the wall above my head was bouncing. And that was the knocking noise, and the closet door swinging wild. And
he was in a tornado once when they first moved down to Texas.
Yeah, that was fun.
Margaret was going to college down there, so they'd moved down just south of Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah, Waxahachie.
Yeah, and he had just left for work, and he came running back. She locked the door.
Well, okay, so I was working overnight shifts at H-E-B Grocery at the time. We were living on the second floor of a 3-story apartment building. And waiting to go to the overnight shift. This wave of thunderstorms came through, and I'm like, I'm not going out in that. And the storm stopped. It got nice and quiet, and went, okay, cool. I can go to work. Walked out the door, and we had an outdoor stairway that then went down. And locked the door behind me, walked down a little bit, couple steps, and here comes my neighbor running, looking over his shoulder. I'm like, what on earth is wrong with him? And then you heard the noise. We lived right by a train track, and it was like that but louder, and there's no way to describe it other than that. At that point, I realized I was in trouble because I was locked outside of my house and tried to run back upstairs. The stairway to the third floor actually went up in the middle of the building. And so as I'm banging on my door, realizing I'm not going to get this thing open. And so I went halfway up the stairs and just kind of took cover. It was a F1. They didn't even want to admit it till later. It ripped the chimneys off the ends of the building. I was in the middle apartment. My building outside the chimneys getting ripped off didn't get much damage. The building behind me, it ripped the whole stairway off the building there. Had another apartment that it ripped the roof off and sent chairs flying. But
yeah, and if you were in a building that was damaged, the Red Cross would give you food. Their building wasn't damaged enough; they wouldn't give them anything to eat.
Yeah.
Even though the refrigerator wasn't functioning.
We had no power. Wasn't going to have power. The Red Cross. What building are you in? I'm in that one. Your building's not damaged enough. You don't get food.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Never been a fan of
this is why I donate to Convoy of Hope.
Yes.
Convoy of Hope doesn't do that.
Convoy of Hope is much better.
So, okay. Let's see here.
So much for that opinion.
Yeah. Let's see. Wow. Boy, we felt really... Let's see. So, yeah, all sorts of disaster experiences there. Hope 76 trombones will drown him out soon. 76 trombones in the parade. Okay.
That's enough. Thank you.
Let's see. Is it true with the Disney water parks they've replaced the water with hand sanitizer? I don't think the water parks are even open yet. I don't know.
No, and they wouldn't do that because it burns your eyes.
Trying to remember what the Haunted Castle at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk was like prior to the 2006 upgrade. It was fun and scary at the same time. Lots of old gags. Actually, I hear Knoebels Haunted House may have some of the same old gags. So looking forward to that. Family and uncle were at the Battle of the Bay during Loma Prieta. Oh, so they were sitting in the baseball stadium when that thing hit. That would have been nuts. Parker Odell, Loma Prieta quake is the World Series quake. Same quake. So, let's see here. Trying to get caught up. Carrie, send me the prayer request to privately through Facebook, Discord, or SirWillow@gmail.com because I will completely forget them. So definitely send them to me there. Let's see. Hope you recover soon. Let's see. Thank God. Storms generally, you learn to watch the radar. You just learn to watch the radar, and that's going to get you through, and you'll be fine. So that's the biggest thing, and you make sure it's actually passed. The one thing I learned that one time in Texas was with the tornado, it's almost like a hurricane. Sometimes you get that dead calm, like the eye of the storm, right before the bad part hits or the wall. The tornadoes do that too. Yeah, you just be careful with it. Watch the weather. Listen to your weathermen. They know. So, both Ivan and Katrina lost your roof, and Allstate dropped us from our home insurance at the time. Our first year in Florida, we went through Charlie, Jean, and Francis. Charlie was aimed right at us and turned at the last minute. We actually had friends in our church who knew one of the people who died from Charlie. Francis did roll right over us. So we got to experience camping at the room, and then the 2-hour eye of the hurricane when everybody goes out to Krispy Kreme and Walgreens. and then back. And I'm not making that up. The eye hits, you got that pause, you know you've got the pause. Everybody runs out of the house while they still can, and then they go back in. It was hilarious. Krispy Kreme at the time had a line all the way around the building.
I don't want you to don't.
I don't. They're fine off the conveyor belt, but otherwise they.
Yeah, if you don't get them right off the conveyor belt. But, terrible.
Well, thank you so much, Fantasy Prince, for joining me. Have a great night, and I think that's most of my stuff. Again, if you're going to be in Pennsylvania for the meet and greets, June 5th at Kennywood, June 7th at Hershey, June 9th at Knoebels. Check the Facebook page, and I need to get that link in here, so let me do that right now. the SirWillow/events. The link is in the chat. Make sure that you go to that so you get the times. We will update the locations. Knoebels is Pavilion T near the back. Kennywood, right now, we're kind of tentatively saying the picnic pavilions over by Jackrabbit. We're hoping, but I can't get a hold of them to confirm. And Hershey, I don't know yet. I just don't know. Hershey, we may actually meet. I've heard that there is some tents at the back of the Zoo America, they call it, that part. We may meet back there. That's kind of my early deal. I've heard that's a good spot, and it's not that far out of the park. I initially thought they were totally separate, and I looked at the map and went, oh, look, it's really close. So tentatively at Hershey, the picnic tent's at the back of the zoo. Is kind of what I'm thinking there. And I will update on Facebook, so check the Facebook page. You don't have to be a member of Facebook to go to that link and see the events information. Anybody can do it. So, but I will get confirmed places there for you. Had to evacuate their house due to a hurricane. Yeah, hurricanes are interesting.
Powerful house is always my go-to when working disaster.
I kind of joked that at one point that I had experienced just about every disaster, floods, fires, that have made us move, hurricanes, tornadoes. And I said the one I hadn't experienced was a volcano. And that was right before we went to Costa Rica to go actually visit a volcano. It was like, please don't let it erupt.
Yeah, you do knock on wood.
Yeah. So, who's the nice lady next to me? This is no nice lady. This is my mother. See, she beats me. But
Well, you deserve it.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, this is my mom. So, if you're just tuning in now, you definitely got to go back and watch because she does tell some fun stories about me. So,
I can tell one more.
Okay, go ahead.
It was summertime, and he was running around in nothing but his underwear.
I knew this. This was coming.
3 years old, maybe four. He wanted an ice cream, so he went down to the local convenience store. The only thing is, he didn't take any money.
Didn't have any place to put it.
But some really nice gentleman in there bought him an ice cream, and he came just sauntering, walking home, slow as could be, eating that ice cream, and he was in trouble for taking off and not saying anything. So he spent, and then the worst trouble he ever got into, his sister, he cut her hair. She had her baby curl still on the back of her neck. It was halfway down her back, and all the rest of her hair was kind of short. But he cut her hair within an inch of her scalp. He had to spend the day in his room. He didn't dare come out. Didn't even
She was going to kill me.
Oh, I was going to kill him real good. He was afraid enough to you didn't even open his door.
The funny
and I
thing,
still have a lock of that here in some of his.
The funny thing is, I don't remember that other than you telling it.
You butchered it. And my brother did the same thing to me.
Yeah, so payback.
Except I got a backwards mohawk. You just cut all over.
Oh. And somebody else just realizing, is this Mother Willow? Yes. No, this is some strange lady I picked up off the street. And
yeah, I felt like stepping on him. Makes a good bridge.
No. But, I think that's everything. Like I said, parks are opening up. Disney's rehiring a lot of people. A lot of my PhotoPass friends have been called back to work. They're talking about redoing shows and opening those up. And so good news out there. It's just been so much, it's been hard to keep up. So I can't think of anything else offhand.
No.
I think I've covered most of it. Might have been a new wife.
No, I'm too old. Way too old.
So,
maybe when I was 42 and you were 21. Then you'd be after the what do they call them now?
I'm not even going to go there. This is yeah, I heard Festival of Lion King is open. It doesn't have the audience interaction, and I don't think the acrobats are there. And I'm kind of like, what is Festival of the Lion King without the audience participation acrobats? Kind of a waste of time. But yeah, college program at Disneyland, Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I've seen a lot of people say that they're getting the call-ins for that. So that is, they've actually told people they're bringing them back as CPs. So that is good to hear. They're moving towards normal. So still waiting for your DCP acceptance letter. touch bases with them, Hulk Shooter. They're doing that. Oh, Israel update. Thank you so much, Parker. I knew there was something I was forgetting. So our initial budget of $12,000, we are about $2,400 still short. Plane tickets. I actually have something in the works for plane tickets, so it may cover that. But here's what's happening with Israel. Of course, you all, if you've been paying attention to the news, you know they just had a short war. Anytime there's fighting going on, us actually going is not possible. It's not a consideration. None of us are going to do that. However, ceasefire is now in place. They are opening up to tourists in groups with tour guides, scheduled groups starting Monday. And that's going to be the first thing they do. This is a test thing. They are now saying they are planning July 1st to allow people that are not in tour groups as tourists in. That would be us. So we are now looking tentatively July 1st, hopefully to go in. Assuming that comes through first week in July, we will go. We will be there till mid-August. And we are actually working on a deal right now that, assuming Israel happens, which we're fairly optimistic, pretty optimistic, that it is going to. We're making a couple other changes to bring our budget down because of the shortened time. But we are also looking at a very good chance of being able to go to the United Arab Emirates. So here's your payoff for sticking all the way through. United Arab Emirates, of course, has a couple attractions like Bollywood in it, and Dubai is also right there, so that is also a possibility. So we are looking at hitting a couple of the attractions there on our way home and visiting with the family that I was in France with. So excited about that possibility, and it's looking like it's going to happen. We will actually know more solid details here in the next week or so as far as scheduling and planning. But that is what we're looking at right now is hopefully the first week in July to actually go to Israel. Being in Israel about a month and a half, month and a week, somewhere in there, 5 to 6 weeks. And then hopefully United Arab Emirates for a week and then back home. So
no updates with Japan and Amber either.
No updates as far as Japan goes. She is on hold. They're saying September is what she's looking at right now. So Amber gets the house sit for us while we're out. And then Laurel will actually be joining her for that too. So there may be some stuff coming from her side. We will see. We'll see how that works out. But yes, Cool Daddy, this is my mother. So let's see. Ferrari World. I'll be honest, Shooter, I'm hoping. I am hoping. That is one of the things that I am talking with them about and saying, we're right there. Can we go? So that is a possibility. I don't want to say for sure. None of this is in stone yet because we're still waiting on countries to open up and stuff. But that is definitely on the hope it can happen list. So.
Yeah, he hopes it can happen. I'd rather he stayed home.
Yeah. But, and again, we're not going to go at all if it is a safety concern. So, yeah. What's one ride you will never, ever ride? There isn't one. There may be some that I will never be able to get an opportunity to ride. I don't turn down any rides. I ride everything. So, yeah. I don't shy away from anything. So, let's see. Send a prayer request. Thank you so much, Carrie. And with that, I think we're right about on the 1 hour. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I thank my mom for sticking around, and I hope you all enjoyed her stories about me there, a little bit of history. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support, the financial, as well as just watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done it already, too. Even a slingshot. I've been on 2 different slingshots. Slingshots are fun. Love them. They're nowhere near as scary as these goofy people in the videos. They're really not. So they're a great ride. But thank you so much, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Have a great night. Bye. There we go.